Hey, Nathan Kettler here, advocate of awesome, and I'm so excited to help you nail your niche and master your messaging. So let's jump right into it. Nail your niche without feeling like you're leaving impact or opportunity on the table. Now, this is one of the most challenging yet critical questions for growing your business. And the biggest mistake I see so many experts make is simply not picking a niche. Well, usually because you can genuinely help so many people in so many ways, and because of how dynamic you and your expertise are, right? It makes it almost impossible to truly focus your expertise like you need to. I totally get it. I struggled with this for a long time, and we're gonna help you make this super easy. Now, the biggest trap that I see so many experts falling into is thinking that you are the niche or you are the product. And there's some gurus out there teaching you that, but it's valuable in some ways, but it can also be very confusing in others. And the problem is if you are the niche, how can you possibly narrow it down, right? Like to just one thing. That would be boring, and even more, how do you know you're picking the right thing? I've been there. It's a struggle. And until I uncovered what you're about to learn today, I struggle with it a lot. That's why I'm so excited, because this question, what's your niche? It has a lot of people feeling boxed in and unsure of how to move forward. But today you're going to discover a new way to define a niche that, while simple, is both enlightening and empowering. Now, if you're new to business, what you'll learn today will help you avoid a problem that limits the success of so many experts. And if you're experienced in business and know the importance of nailing your niche, then you also know how hard it can be. But what you'll learn today will free you up finally to nail your niche, even if you've been struggling for years like I was. So, first things first, if we want better results, then we need to ask a better question. So instead of asking, what's your niche? Instead, let's ask, what is a niche? Because after all, if you are not the niche, you aren't even the product or the service. You are the expert who uses your expertise to create products and services that serve a niche. I'll explain what I mean with something I call the Great Pyramid of McNiches in just a second. But first, let's define what a niche really is, right? So, what is a niche? There are lots of different definitions depending on what dictionary you look up or how you look or what version you're looking for. But here's just a few, right? As a noun, it's a comfortable or suitable position in life or employment. It's a specialized segment of the market for a popular kind of product or service. Or as a verb, it's to place something in a niche or a recess. So those are super accurate definitions from a dictionary, but they're not necessarily helpful. At least they're not to me. Maybe they are to you, maybe they are to other people, but they just weren't helpful to me. So I'm going to give you another definition. Now, whatever this definition lacks in accuracy, I promise it makes up for by being extremely helpful. But I promise you also it's accurate too. So let's jump right into it. A niche is a specific group with a particular problem. I want you to write that down. The niche is a specific group with a particular problem. For example, moms who want a morning out, hypnotherapists that want a thriving practice, or business owners who want their marketing to be more effective and actually work to bring them in more clients and more revenue. Now, picking a niche is deciding to solve a particular problem for a specific group, closing the gap, right, from where they are now on the left to where they want to be: smarter, faster, cheaper, easier, or looking cooler, right? How can you get them from one side to the other? Experts will tell you to pick one niche and focus as narrow as you can. And this is true for products and services, and even for pieces of content. You want them to be ultra specific and narrowed down. But here's the thing: for you and your business, you don't have to fit into some narrow box just because you picked a niche to serve. I'll show you what I mean with something I call the Great Pyramid of McNiches. So without further ado, let's jump into the Great Pyramid of McNiches. This is a concept I developed for a messaging group that I run, and it was so helpful to everyone. I wanted to make a video to share it with more people. And so here you are, we're gonna jump right in. Now, a burger is a product like anything else. And lots of people make burgers, but you need your burger to stand out. So what do? You make different types of burgers, but eventually there's so many types of burgers out there, right? And people aren't sure which burger's right for me. If we really want to maximize our business or the effectiveness of the product, then we need to create a specific product to serve our target niche, right? And so when we talk about McDonald's primary target is kids who are hungry and bored, right? That's a core niche that they serve. So the specific group, bored kids. The particular problem is they're hungry, they're bored, they're full of energy, and have parents who need a minute with their own thoughts. That's what's going on. But then we need what I call the kids can't drive niches, right? Hungry, busy adults get the combo meal. But if you're broke, right, you get the value, or you're a value conscious adult, you can order from the value menu. These are different groups of people with different problems or challenges. And so McDonald's has a number of different products to help them. And thing is McDonald's, being a $40 billion brand, really understands, and being a worldwide company, really understands the power of micro niches. Different regions and countries have different tastes. These smaller, more specific groups are a micro niche. You can ultra niche by solving a problem for a smaller group, or solve a specific particular pain point for a group. Like, so if the problem is smaller, you can serve a bigger specific group. If the specific group is smaller, you can solve a bigger problem. But you want to narrow down at least on one or both. McDonald's truly understands the value, impact, and importance of ultra niching your products. I mean, they got all these different regional things. So the collection of products and services that they offer for the niches has them be a leader in the fast food industry. They're one of the top fast food industry companies. But what's crazy, and lots of people know this, especially if you watch the movie Founder, but McDonald's is also in the real estate business, right? They're not just in the burger business, but they're really in the real estate business. And they're a leader in that industry as well, right? Like, their real estate company is one of the top 5 holders of real estate in the world at one point. I don't know if they still are, but that's impressive, because they don't just serve one industry or have one niche. They're serving multiple industries. But they're actually in a third industry as well. Most people don't think about this one as much, but they're leaders in this one as well. They're in the franchising business. 80% of McDonald's are franchise owned, right? And so that's 3 industries, not niches, 3 industries that McDonald's operates successfully and is really a leader in. So McDonald's isn't the niche or the industry. McDonald's is a business. Businesses, and this is so important, okay, businesses are processes, procedures, and people that develop and buy assets that deliver value to the customers and owners, right? So you create a program or create a burger type. What are the people, processes, and procedures that get that burger and bring it to the customer so that you can charge money? The burger is value to the customer. The money in is value to the owners, right? That's all we're trying to do, is create those processes, procedures, and train the people that develop and buy these assets. Every business has its brand, right? A brand is what I expect the experience to be like with that business in my life. The reputation gained from the value that the business delivers to the customers and its owners. And this reputation is spread through stories and your marketing efforts. One of the things that I like to say is, business isn't a logo. A brand isn't a logo. A brand is what I think, feel, and expect the experience is going to be like shopping when I look at a Target logo versus a Walmart logo. Those are going to be 2 totally different things. But every business has a brand, right? And that brand is the expectation associated with your business, your logo, your colors. On top of a brand, businesses have owners, right? Owners are the people who influence the business and benefit from its success. You're an expert, but you need to see yourself also as the business owner and less as the product or the niche. Like from that perspective, you understand you can serve many niches with your business by leveraging your expertise instead of limiting you to one expert sandbox on the playground of possibilities, right? Like if you look, multifaceted people can often own more than one business at one time or throughout their life. And those businesses can change and evolve in how they serve and what they do. So I just want you to know, right, as an owner, you're not even the business. You control and impact the business, but you are not the business. So let's recap what I'm saying here, because this is super important. And hopefully it's starting to make sense for you and you're getting that aha. But here's the thing, right? We said a niche is a specific group with a particular problem, right? Moms who want a morning out, business owners who want their marketing to actually work. And picking a niche is deciding to solve a particular problem for a specific group. Closing the gap from where they are to where they want to be, smarter, faster, easier, cheaper, or looking cooler, right? You are a person or an expert. You own businesses and influence brands. Business are the processes, procedures, and people that develop and buy assets to deliver value to your customers and the owner, right? And brands are the reputation gained from the value delivered. Industries. These are the categories where your business operates. And finally, products and services. How businesses solve particular problems for a specific group and actually deliver the value with packaged expertise. That term, packaged expertise, that's how I want you to think of serving a niche. Whether it's your niche or a niche, the way you serve it is by packaging your expertise into a product, service, solution, tool, whatever you want to call it. It's the packaging of your expertise to solve a particular problem for a specific group that has all the value. So the bottom line, you're not the niche. You're not the product or the service. You use your expertise to create products and services that solve a particular problem for a specific group. Smarter, faster, easier, cheaper, or looking cooler. This is so important, you are not limited, but you do need to be specific, accurate, and detailed in the particular problems in the specific group you support with your product, services, and your business. This is so important. This is why you need to pick a niche, is in order to be specific, accurate, and detailed, right? You are not limited by this niche, but you need to pick one so that you can be specific, accurate, and detailed. The goal with your marketing is to get your ideal clients to say, that's for me. This is for me. This thing, this product, this service, this brand, this is created like almost specifically for me. This is amazing. But the only way to do that is to be specific, accurate, and detailed with the group and the problem that you're serving. And one more thing, right? I want to answer this. We're almost to the end here, but I want to answer this super thing. What makes a good niche, right? Because there's so many problems. There's plenty of problems we can pick. There's so many groups of people that we may like and want to serve, but how do you narrow it down, right? And so there's three things, and you can write these down. People you care about helping, so important. Number two, they have a problem and the desire to fix it. And number three, they also have the resources to fix it. So number one, people you care about helping, because you'll like your work so much more, and ultimately you'll do a better job if you really care about these people. And then two, with a problem and the desire to fix it, because you don't want to have to hard sell people, right? You want people that want your solution, that come to you almost ready to buy because they're just ready to get this problem behind them. And then we want to make sure that they have resources to fix it, because because you need money to stay in business, plain and simple. Now, I want to address something here. If you're worried because you want to help less fortunate people, I totally understand that. Like, not everyone you help may have the money or resources to fix the problem that you want to help. So let me help you out. What you need to do here is start with the people that have the resources and then create cheaper solutions once your business is rolling. So the best example of this, or a good example I can think of, is Elon Musk. When he first launched Tesla, before they had the manufacturing capabilities to drop the price, they sold a premium vehicle to people that had the money, right, for six figures and a waiting list. And they sold it to the people that had money so he could eventually create cheaper options for more people, right? As their buying power increased, as their manufacturing efficiency increased, they were able to reduce costs and make Teslas available to more people. But they had to start with the people that could afford it so that they get there. And the reality is, this is so important. Reality is most businesses fail, not because you're not good at what you do or you don't love it or you don't want to do it anymore. Most businesses fail because they run out of money. And I don't want that to happen for you, for the people that you're meant to serve, and the impact that you can have. I just don't want that to happen. So pick a specific group that you care about serving with a particular problem that they know they have and they want to fix, who actually have the resources to fix it. Start there. And then you can easily expand once you have customers and cash flow. And so that's it. That's how you nail your niche without feeling like you're leaving opportunities or impact on the table. You don't have to be boxed in or keep struggling from being too broad. You just need to have specific solutions to particular problems people are willing to pay to solve. And in other lessons, we're going to talk about how to find those specific problems and how to grab the attention of people who need your help. But for now, I just want you to remember the reason for picking a niche is not to limit you, but for you to be able to be specific, accurate, and detailed in your marketing so that you can make more money and help more people. I hope that's helpful. Have a blessed. I'm gonna stop sharing. Was I not sharing that whole time? No, I was. All right. Thank you for tuning in. I hope this is helpful. I know it will be once you really internalize and understand this concept, because you're not limited. And if you don't narrow down and get specific, accurate, and detailed because you're afraid of putting yourself in a box, you're never going to maximize the amount of money you can make, the number of people you can help, and the success of your business. So that's it. Nail your niche.